Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Hey, Aaron Wilds Out TV. How you doing? It's good to see you again. How's everything over that way? Yeah, we're just over here on this lovely Friday, just playing around and uh, seeing how everybody's doing on this beautiful Monday. I'm sitting over here trying to figure out how to start this thing. I don't know. All right, let me refresh that. Okay. So how are you doing? How's everything going over in your land? I'm sitting over here drinking my coffee. This is your med check reminder on this Friday morning. Um, I'm just over here chilling right now. I just had a great holiday season. I hope everybody else is having a great holiday season. How was your holidays? Did you have a good one? I literally yesterday was my husband's birthday, so we went out to the cigar lounge. Got to talk to some amazing people. It's a small world, y'all. I was out there yesterday, and I saw a dude that I've been talking to for, and I didn't know he knew some of my friends from high school. And we was talking about one of my good buddies that when I was in high school. Good morning, James. Good morning. I gotta post this link right quick and pin it so I don't forget. Pin message. All right, so that I don't have to worry about that for the rest of the stream. I did it. Um, but basically, he knew one of my friends from high school, and I was like, I haven't seen him in years. Like we were really good friends, and he used to he was in the band, right? And he played the drums, and he taught our entire drum line how to play. The beat from the movie Drumline. He taught our entire band line how to do that. He was awesome when it came to snare drums, and drums in general. He was just really good, at that. It was one of his amazing things. I hope everybody has had an amazing holiday. I hope they have the amazing weekend this weekend. I know that there's some people we need to pray for right now that are going through some stuff. Lady Nika, I'm sending you prayers, love. I know that you've lost so much this year, and loss is never easy. I'm also praying for you, Miss Beautiful Hazel. I'm not gonna say what's going on. I'm just saying I'm praying for you and I love you, and that's all that matters, right? Um, but, a lot of people this season are going through some things. You know what I'm saying? They've lost some people, things ain't always easy during the holiday season for, you know, people around now. My son, he's been all about his computer. He got him a gaming computer for Christmas, and he has been all about that computer, y'all. He been playing, and he's happy, and I'm happy for it. I'm just been over here chilling, and um, you know, I'm tired. I don't know about y'all, but does the holiday season make y'all feel tired too? Like it does for me. I don't know what it is, but I know that I got me some new games, and I'm trying to decide later on if I'm going to do a game night for the subbies. Because I did buy more of the Jackbox games for us to play together. So I have new ones, not just the ones that I bought the first time. I bought like a three different packs, so we have different ones to choose from. I was thinking about doing that. Hey Ray, beautiful. So I was thinking about doing a game night tonight or chilling around, with y'all and maybe possibly popping out some of the Jackbox games. And I'm gonna play it for the subbies, and there's a reason why. I know that I said I was gonna do that for members only, but I know that the subbies don't understand it yet. So I want to have the subbies participate in it and try it out and see if they like it. You know what I mean? And then, I want to show that I'm not just doing, my members, I want to do things for you. Like, I want my membership to be fun, and so when you do join and you come into the members only lives, we have some fun together, and we could just be as messy as we want to be in the games. Because see, a lot of people don't know in those jackpot games, you can be messy, child. You can be messy and dirty and filthy, child. I used to do all kind of crazy stuff on there when me and my friends used to play it back on Now. I was a bad little cheering. I was bad, y'all. I was bad. Um, Thank you all for being here on this lovely Friday morning when you could be anywhere else in the world. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the likes, the shares, everything. You know me. I'm very appreciative of everything. So anyway, I was over there looking, looking at some of the updates on, like, the JonBenet Ramsey case is getting more looked into now because they did have a new documentary on Netflix about the tapes of one of the detectives recorded himself and a lot of his notes. So they released them. They called them, the JonBenet Ramsey tapes or whatnot or something like that. And so they're reopening that. And then it's always a mystery. Some of these things, like um, the Black Dahlia case. There's a lot of different mysteries in this world. They just had the thing with all those drones flying around, and what kind of mystery is that, and what people feel about it, and we have mysteries all over this, all over the place, whether you believe in them or not. Um, there's mysteries and there's beyond belief and fact that we have. Um, you know, also, I was laughing the other day, was over there at Lolo's, and there was this Aussie that came on up in there, and he was talking about drop bears. And I was like, what the crap is a drop bear? And I looked it up, and it's basically one of their folklores, right? About a killer koala, pretty much, a crazy koala, a carnivorous koala. I was like, oh my God, I never heard of that before. Um, we have our stuff over here too, our legends and different folklore when it comes to different things. Um, do y'all have any? This is my question for the, chat. Any folklore or legends, local legends that you may or may not believe in? See, that's a good question to ask people. And any time, good morning, Gemini love. I hope you had a great holiday, you and your babies. Um, and everything went well. I know times are tough right now, but remember to hold your head up and keep your head up. Hold that head high, beautiful. Don't let nobody ever push your crown down. You hold that crown held high and you keep smiling. But how's everybody been doing? Like, y'all good? Now, yesterday I was so excited to see a lot of people I hadn't seen in a minute, and I know the holidays. Sometimes things be going on, and I saw not just Andrea. Andrea, I saw you yesterday. I'm talking about Andreas Destiny. We got so many Andreas in this sector, but you have to make sure you say the right one. It's like there is a lot of people with very similar names. You know. And so sometimes you have to accidentally make sure you say the right one. And y'all know I'm the first one to butcher something. But yeah, I saw Andreas, and I ain't seen her in a minute. And so it was good to see her in the chat. And then I saw, Golf Sunshine, and I was so happy to see her. And it's just a lot of people. And I was like, oh my God, it's like my family coming back together, y'all. Like people coming out of the it's good to see people sometimes when you ain't seen them in a while. Make sure they okay. Um, you know, and so I get excited sometimes when I see people and I ain't seen you in a minute. Um, you talking about? Oh, I've been. I ain't gotten my email yet. If you talking about that strike I got from Fox Television News, I ain't got my email yet of whether or not it you know the dispute went through or not. I don't think. Yeah, I ain't got it yet. Yeah, no, I ain't got no email yet about that. But um, yeah, I had a issue with that. I was like, that's the first time that I've ever seen that happen to somebody, and I'm the one that has to. I'm like, I see so many people playing Fox Television News stuff, and they gonna get me. Um, but are you talking about a different kind of strike? What we talking about? What we talking about, Ray? Oh, you talking about the beef sector strike? I don't even know. I don't even know. You know, I don't know. I don't know why people trying to strike or do these things and strike, strike, strike. I don't know because here's the thing for us little bitty content creators, right? We can't afford to take no time off or we gonna lose our monetization. That's what they don't understand. We can't do that. You know, me myself and I ain't been around to know what's going on in the beef sector because yes, with that's not normally like me. Y'all know I know usually everything that's going on in the sector. I usually pay attention to everybody's video. I'm usually at everybody's house. But for the last 2 or 3 days, I've been extremely busy with the holidays, and then my husband's birthday. We went out yesterday for his birthday and we went to the cigar lounge. So the first person I caught online yesterday after I got back was Lolo, and then I ended up falling asleep. Because I was out all day yesterday. So I've been missing a lot of the news, y'all. I did see a little bit over there on Lemons, something about Lady Snoop and MU getting back into it again, and then Uppity and Snoop getting into it, and so I didn't really get to see all of that yet. I've got to go recatch Lemon's replay because I went to bed and I fell asleep on him. That's on me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to go catch some replays and some different things. And I've been missing all the tea lately. I am so sorry for not keeping y'all updated like I normally do on the tea. But I fell asleep. I did. And, I've been busy. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I get busy and real life takes over. And that's what happened to me yesterday. Hey, y'all, that Smoke. How you doing, beautiful? All that Smoke be moderating her tail off. I tell you that much. Moderating her little tail off. That's another thing that a lot of us and a lot of the people that um I'm very respectful to all the mods because I know what it is like to moderate. You know what I'm saying? And I would one day. I've been talking about it, but I've been trying to get participants for it and set up a date with everybody because I know I want to make sure everybody's able to be there. I still want to have that live to where I have a lot of the moderators come up and we have a moderator, kind of like how James does the town hall meetings. I want to do that for the moderators, right? I want to have the moderators come up and say their side and what they've all been through as moderators and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like me, myself, and I've gotten good things for being a moderator. People know who I am because of that, right? I'm not just some random person in a chat. Um, you know, but then at the same time, I also you get bad from being a moderator, right? And like, how do you know as moderator what to do for your content creator? Does your content creator set specific rules that you must go by? Or, the different things. I would like to have that live one day and structure it and have a lot of us up there at one time. I would really love to do that. I think it would be amazing. It's just trying to get everybody to come together at a specific time and date has been kind of hard getting everybody together. But I would love to do that. That still, to me, sounds like an amazing thing, a town hall for the mods. Maybe I just need to set up a date and put a poster and try to get everybody to come. I'm not sure how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to have that kind of live. I love it too. I'm the same way. All the smoke. I want everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to win. I want everybody to grow. I want everybody to do big things because I think there's enough support and enough love for all of us. And I think all of us bring something different to the table. Like, the way that I may say something may be different than the way that, let's say, the hood table might say it, right? And the way that I might say something may be different, or the way that the hood table says it might be different than the way that YTC says it, or Miss Ronnie IQ, or I could just keep naming Miss Brianna Simone or Miss Pizarro. Every one of us, VS, every one of us, we say it differently. We're different people in our own rights, right? Like Passa may say it different than Mother, and Brian may say different than Roe. And, we got so many people here. I could just keep naming, but we all bring something different to the table. We all, Miss Bertha May, you know what I'm saying? The way that she brings her commentary is maybe different than what ODS brings his commentary. You know what I'm saying? Like we all bring something different to the table, and the way that we think and process things is different. You know, the way that we say things may be different, and I think that we all can win together. You know, and I believe that all of us are. We may be talking about the same things, right? But I'm going to say it different than somebody else, and they're going to say it different than me. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all different in our own rights in a good way. Even if we are sometimes repeating the same information, it's the way that we say it, it may be different, right? Like I've been trying to bring different content. We'll be getting back to regular scheduled content next week. I apologize. We've just been conversating this week because a lot of times I do put a lot more thought process into my content, and I do literally put a little bit of research into what I'm going to talk about that day, you know. And so I've been a little lazy this week because of the holidays. That's on me, not on y'all. I'm the content creator, But I thought I'd just take it easy this week and have conversations with y'all. I love talking to y'all. Finding out how your day's been, how your week's been. Did you have a good holiday? Any crazy mess going? Did any of the cousins get into fight each other during the holidays? Because y'all know there's always them two cousins that just, they get along for a little while and oh, it's just on like Donkey Kong. Anybody have any crazy mess going with their family? Now I will say I semi did, but semi didn't. Um, you know, my one of my sisters is crazy, and she just realized we moved like a year ago because she ain't been around. I got crazy siblings, y'all. Sometimes I need to chill because, woo, Lord Jesus, pray for me. I need prayer, y'all. I need prayer. But I was wanting to know also, how many of y'all would be interested? Now, the Jackbox games, okay, all you have to have is like two devices. Like if you have a TV, you can watch me on the TV, or if you have a laptop and a phone, you just need like, or if you have a tablet, a phone. I do want to try to do something, where we have a little fun. Yeah, I will say I do the same thing, Ray. Sometimes I take a break from the ugliness, and sometimes I just want to chill. And that's why I want to do the game nights with the sectors, because I want to be able to create a moment to where we can just be funny and have fun and laugh and be stupid together and play some trivia games and um, Quiplash, what it's like. If I had to show y'all what Quiplash is like, they always ask you a question, and then you make up the stupidest, funniest prompt to go with it. And then the crowd and the other people get to vote on which one they like best. And that's how you win on that. And you won't know whose quip is whose. So you can't cheat and vote for your favorite, right? You can't cheat. You have to vote for the one you just like. But I'm going to see if I can find a thing to show you what it's like. Oh, here we go. Here we go. A lot of people actually play this on YouTube, and some people play it while they're on camera. But I'm just going to play a short clip to show y'all what Quiplash is somewhat like, because I really do like Quiplash, and I love the murder mystery game. Um, and I bought both where it has the first and the second one. So if we start getting used to the first one, we can watch The second one, let me find. There we go. Share. So I'm just gonna play a preview of this.
Pressed ham when it's an asshole. What is it when it's a scrotum?
I think it's just a flat bat wing.
Wow, we got.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. Damn votes. Damn votes. Damn.
First Holocaust.
That was second. That's funny. That's funny.
That's pretty funny. It is.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, dude.
Well, I think he's found the key to winning this game.
His last answer.
Perfect.
What are you drinking today, man? That's clear.
Water.
Is it?
This is what the game looks like, though.
Hey guys, so to win this one, you got to get the most likes.
Shut up.
All right.
So, you want to explain what we're doing here with this game, Jeff?
Nope.
Said
Name
that
for
it-
that? Like it's a whatever we heard.
Jeff's scrotum was all over my wing.
All right. My
All
team
right.
Have to answer questions.
Hey guys, so to win this one, you got to get the most likes.
Shut up.
All right.
So, you want to explain what we're doing here with this game, Jeff?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Doesn't want to at all.
Sorry, I was entering do you have to enter? You have to answer questions, and then the funniest questions win.
The thing is,
This
you have to
is
wait like 2 weeks to know.
the most
Most
embarrassing
crime to get caught
caught
committing.
All right, we all don't need to read it, and
Yeah.
the game says it.
Y'all, I'm over here talking muted. Did y'all hear? Y'all didn't hear a thing I just said. I was totally talking muted. And I was reading the question off for you. Let me go ahead and unmute myself. So the question for this Quiplash was the most embarrassing crime to ever get caught committing, right? Somebody put on there whatever Pee Wee Herman got arrested for. And then another person got put stealing adult diapers to shit your pants in, right? So you can make it up as anything like, what would be your answer to that question? The most embarrassing crime to ever get committed, to ever get, it would be super embarrassing if you got committed of this crime, right? You got caught doing this crime, pretty much. And you put the funniest, most outlandish thing you can think for your quip, right? It's basically, the quip is your answer. And people basically vote on who they think is funnier. And that's literally what Quiplash is like. That's why I think with the beef sector, this would be a really fun game with some people because, we messy as shit. And we can come up with some funny shit. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying, like, I believe that this would be a good thing for us to play together and everything. So I just wanted to show, like, what it kind of looks like, but not fully entirely, because I am want to play it myself and let y'all find out. Hey, Miss Catherine, good morning. But I just want to do that one day, and I wanted to know how many people would actually be interested, because I don't want to sit there and set aside that time and then find out nobody really wanted to do it, So I'm just going to put that out there. If you do want to do it, underneath this video on the replay, you can let me know. The link is pinned if anybody wants to come up on this Good Friday and talk they miss or tell me what's going on in the sector, because I have no idea right now. I have a little bit of an idea, but not everything. Y'all know I miss some things sometimes, and yesterday was my husband's birthday, so I missed a lot. I do know that I want to send out a prayer for Lady Nika. We sending you our love, girl. But so our beautiful lady of the and then I was over there, I went over there yesterday to lady to Lolo's last night, and it was kind of funny, and I fell asleep on her. I did. And I was trying to catch Lemon's live this morning, but I know that I've missed a lot in the sector. If you know how it is, if you miss a few hours or a day or two, it's like you missed a whole year over here. But anyway, what are y'all plans for the weekend? Y'all got anything cool y'all gonna do this weekend? Ray, Lady Nika's father passed away. So she's already lost her sister, her brother. Now or her brother, then her sister. Now she's lost her father. So we're gonna say our prayers for Lady Nika, losing family and then losing them all so close together. They always say they always come in threes. I don't know why they say that, but it's usually true. For some reason, it comes in threes. I know it's so sad for I'm so sad for Lady Nika and then we've had a lot of passing going on recently, and I'm not going to tell my friend's business, but she knows who she is, and just know that I love you, girl. I just want you to know that if you hear this, you are very much loved. You gonna go learn to play with your new camera? That's what you're gonna do this weekend? What you gonna do, Ray? What you gonna do, Miss Catherine? What y'all gonna do this weekend? Y'all gonna get any mess, or y'all just gonna chill out with family, or watch some football games? Are you excited about anything going on this weekend? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything going on? Let me know. Holla at a player. I'm probably gonna play. I'm deciding on whether I'm gonna play Detroit, Becoming Human, or the new Dying Light 2. Or go back to my Resident Evil, because y'all know I love Resident Evil. And I did get the Winter's expansion pack, so I might play the new one. So, I got also the remake for 4. I love Resident Evil. It's one of my favorite games. I'm a huge Resident Evil junkie. I really am. So I'm gonna see about that, and I gotta go. I don't know if my son last night, he said he was having trouble getting the controller for his computer to work and whatnot. So I may have to go in there and help him with that. I always have to help out my son with things, situations and stuff. I don't know if y'all know this, but if you have gamers in your family and you have a Steam account, you can create a family and y'all can all share like your games. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a big library that you done bought a lot of, you can absolutely share some of them with your family. They got a new thing called family sharing. It's really cool. Oh yeah, rest is good. I'm gonna tell you this. Saturday is me and my husband's day, so we're gonna spend our time together, probably watch a few movies. We don't know yet. Sunday is my geek and god day. I am gonna be DMing soon again. I'm learning how to DM for Dungeons and Dragons for my D&D games, and I've got a really amazing group of people that I play my games with, and so they don't judge me, and I love that. But yeah, I'm gonna learn how to really DM and do those things, because I'm used to being a player, so I'm learning from the other side of the board. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing my video games this weekend. I'm telling the truth. I ain't trying to get no mess, no crazy stuff. I might be bouncing around a few streams here and there, because early in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee, I do try to catch who's on in the weekends, and you'll see me in a few chats, but then you won't see me. And then on Sunday morning I'm playing, and then Sunday afternoon you might see me, and then during the week you usually see me all the time. But this week I got super busy. I got to take down. Here's my question for y'all. When do you take down your Christmas tree? Do you take it down the day after Christmas, or do you wait till the new year? Because me and my family have always waited till the day after, like January 2nd, to take down our stuff. It was something about an old wives' tale that it was unlucky to do it before then, and you don't put your Christmas tree up until the day after Thanksgiving. That's what, like, we always had this thing. I don't know what it was. Hey, Lovejoy, my love. So do you take down your Christmas tree the day after Christmas, or do you wait till after the new year? Because I know, or do you not care? You just take it down whenever you feel like it. And now I do know down here, down south, some folks never take down their Christmas lights, and they just be up all year round. I do know that some people don't. I do know that because we do have that. That is a real, you have stereotypes. That is a semi-real stereotype about the South. A lot of Southerners will leave up them things and they won't take them fully down. You got any plans for this weekend, Miss Official Lovejoy? You gonna have some fun, or you gonna put your feet up? You gonna chill? What's your plans for this weekend? I'm trying to figure out if everybody's gonna have their little fun. Just make sure y'all don't go to jail or hell over the weekend. I ain't nobody beating nobody up. Nobody going to jail, okay? We can't have all that. I don't need to be having free people t-shirts like over the weekend, you know. You just gonna relax. I believe that is one of the best things, and just sit back, relax, put your feet up, you know, let yourself decompress from the work week, and you know, just sit there and watch some good shows, maybe watch some good movies. Now I will say, you know, I was they got a new Nosferatu movie that come out in theaters, but you know, I always wait. I don't like going, and then my husband doesn't either. Thank God we agree on that, on the day of a movie coming out. And I usually like waiting a little while after it's came out, so that the crowds are not so bad. Because usually on the opening night, there's just way too many people in there. I did that one time, and it was when it was a Madea movie. I think it was the one where she hit the little girl from the back seat, you know, where she turned around and smacked the shit out of that little girl for talking smack. And when she told her to stop popping that gum. Which one was that? Was that Diary of a Mad Black Woman, or was that which one? It was either the first or the second movie. I was sitting in the movie theater watching it, child, and we had to find our seats, and it was full as crap up in there that day. And I was eating my popcorn, and somebody dubbed it. Somebody was recording in the theater that I was in that year, because I know I bought the dub afterward. And I heard myself choking on popcorn. Y'all, I almost died in that, because I was not expecting her to turn around and smack the shit out of the little girl. And I went to laughing so hard, I choked on my popcorn. And you could hear me almost dying in the dub. Yeah, I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but it was the one where she smacked a little girl upside the head in the car and Brian was driving. Yeah, that was the one. That's the exact part that I literally got choked on popcorn and thought I was going to pass away in the in the dub that I ended up buying later for my mama. You could hear it. So somebody was in that theater that day recording, because and I must have been sitting right by him and didn't notice it, and because you could hear me choking and dying. Because I literally sucked popcorn down the wrong way and almost passed away from laughing. It is very dangerous. It is really done. They really do that. And I'm gonna say this. It is very dangerous to watch certain movies and eat popcorn. It is very dangerous. Especially if it's a funny, good movie. You gotta watch yourself. But yeah, somebody was literally recording, and this was back when they had DVDs, you know, more. Like everybody had a DVD player in their house. Now some people do DVDs, a lot of people do streaming now. But this was back then when a lot of people was buying, you know, you went to the person, you got the $5 DVD. So yeah, this was back when they were doing that. And they really did do that back in the day. Trust me. The only thing that always sucked about them dubs because we'd always rebuy the real DVD when it came out, so you get the better sound quality. But those dubs, the only problem was it would pick up other people in the that were in the movie theater and stuff like that. So you'd get the sound of people talking sometimes, or people laughing, and people choking, like I did, and I almost passed away watching that movie for the first time because I wasn't expecting it. Because when the Tyler Perry films first came out, I didn't see the first one in theaters, and I didn't see it till afterward. I watched the second one, which I forgot which one that was, but anyway, I gotta go look it up. Y'all know my mind's half out of it this morning. I ended up watching them all, but you know, I loved the Madea movies when they first come out. Madea was hilarious. And I watched all the plays too. I ended up having a thing about them. I really did enjoy some of those. I liked a lot of movies, you know, but I was sitting there and I will say that I was not expecting her to turn around and smack the shit out of that little girl. And it kind of reminded me of my mama, and I flinched a little bit too. Cause I don't know if y'all had this when y'all was little kids. Did your mama and daddy ever tell you to be quiet in the back seat, and all of a sudden you see a hand reach around from the front seat and swinging, and you got to just duck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't do crazy stuff when I was a kid. You didn't go in that store and act up. You know how to act appropriately. When I was a kid, you just chilled. You know, you didn't do all that, and they always told you this one little thing: dry them tears up before I give you something to really cry about. And when we go in this store, don't you ask for nothing. Don't you grab nothing. You better keep your hand on this buggy and walk accordingly. Don't you act up in the store. I'm telling you. And shoot, we knew better. Like, occasionally we would get something if we was good little children in the store, right? And you got one item, and you better make sure you choose accordingly, right? You got like one, like there was a certain area that you could pick out your sweets or something, and you better pick accordingly. That's why I used to always get that big box of Whoppers. I don't know if y'all remember at Save a Lot, but because like the other things, there was like little mini candy bars and they didn't last long, right? And so the big box, I got a lot of candy, right? For a little bit. And I was like, heh, 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 heh. You know, I thought I was smart about it, which I kind of was smart about it if you think about it. That candy did last me for a little while. But yeah, we used to do that stuff all the time. And then, you know, we was talking about a couple days ago about how when we was kids, we could just literally play with a stick and create, you know, memories. Man, I remember when I was learning how to double dutch. And the first time I ever tripped over them ropes, I swear to God, our parents knew each other. My mama would, I don't know about y'all's mama, but my mama had this thing where she would pinch you. If you was inside the stove and you was acting up, and she'd point at you and give you that look and scare the bejesus out of your ass. And you knew when you got either, and if she had to take you to the bathroom in that stove, oh, God help you when you got home. Because not only would you get it in the stove, they'd take you out to the car, you'd get it again. And then when you got home, you'd get it a third time. Oh, you better not act up in that stove. You better know what you doing when you act up in public. Cause shoot, you got sent out to that car and you gonna get it again. And then when you get home, you go, you better act accordingly. I was afraid. I knew better. I'll shoot. But I didn't mess with my mama like that. And I don't know what it is about in the kitchen. My mama always had a wooden spoon or a egg flapper in her hand when it was playing, and she would pop your ass with those mofos if you came running in her kitchen acting up. You better act accordingly when you walk in that kitchen. And if your mama said, stop running in and out of my kitchen and all that, ooh, child. I got smacked with that wooden spoon quite a few times, and I got popped with that egg flapper. Cause mama be baking or doing something, and you know you can't run through the kitchen when they baking a cake, it'll make it fall. Ooh, I almost got in trouble so bad one time for doing that. Cause I was that little bad. Sometimes I be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And don't be running in and out that door. Don't you let my cold air out this house. Either choose to be inside or outside. And if you inside, you better go to your bedroom. You didn't just be all up in the grown folk business. You didn't be up in the living room. You better go to your bedroom and you be set quietly and play, or you stay your butt outside. But you choose one or the other, and don't act like you bored, because they will find you something to do. Don't say I'm bored. That's when you be washing windows and scrubbing floors and doing all kind of things, because they gonna find you something to do. You better not say you bored. You better go do something to make yourself not bored. Oh, you bored? Oh, okay. Yeah. I wonder how many other people had to deal with that. Don't ever say you bored, and they'll find you something to do, whether you be cleaning or something. I learned that early on. Don't say you bored. They'll find you something to do. I went and read a book or something. I did something. And when we couldn't be outside, when it was raining and storming, I knew to be in my room and be a good little children. And if I was playing, don't be loud up in there. These kids nowadays, now they be loud. They be hollering at the TV, screaming. Oh, if we did half of that, that's another thing. When your mom and daddy are the grandparents and you got kids, have you not noticed that they let them kids get away with everything that you never could get away with? Like if you did a portion of what they do, you would have been in so much trouble. The grandkids get away with everything. They really do. Like my son, man, my mom and daddy let him get away with everything. If I had so much as screamed or hollered in my room, I would have gotten so much trouble. But he's the baby. I'm like, shoot, I would have got cussed smooth the fuck out. Popped upside the head a little bit. But I'm gonna say this. Even though we went through that as children, I love my mom and daddy. And there was a big difference between a spanking, and getting in trouble and a beating. My mom and daddy never beat me. You know what I'm saying? And I respect and love my parents. And I think that, nowadays they're changing these rules up so much that it's harder for parents to parent, right? I had a healthy fear of my parents. I wasn't afraid to go up to my parents and get a hug and a kiss and love and stuff like that. But I knew better than to act up and act crazy. I knew better than to disrespect them or disrespect my elders. And I knew better than to do something I wasn't supposed to do. When I was told to do something, I knew to do it. That's why I say there's a healthy fear. There's a difference. Just like you have, when you're riding four-wheelers or driving cars or using any kind of machinery, you should have a healthy fear of it to where what can happen if you are, because you have to have a little bit of that or you end up doing something stupid. You know what I mean? If you're not having a little bit of fear of getting into a wreck, if you're not having a little bit of fear of something like that, right? Not so fearful that you can't do it, but just enough to where to respect that piece of machinery, right? It's the same thing with your parents, if you think about it. You had just enough fear to know to respect, or you was gonna get got. I knew better. I knew I would get myself in trouble, child. But I know that I've been waiting on that email to say that if that I still can't believe that it was Fox Television that got me, yo. Because I've seen so many people play their content, but I'm like, what the crap? And I'm a little BO person. But no, the Black Dahlia case, right? And she supposedly was 22 years old. She was a Hollywood hopeful named Elizabeth Short, later dubbed the Black Dahlia by the press for her rumored penchant for sheer black clothes. Right? She loved the color black. She passed away and whatnot, and I don't think they ever solved that case. There's a lot of unsolved cases that we have a lot to do, like the JonBenét thing where we were talking about that. I was sitting here reading this article right quick to make sure I was right. But yeah, they never did find out who did that, I don't believe. Just like with this JonBenét thing with the DNA, they might be able to solve that case. I think if they actually probably do more DNA, some people were saying that they think the little boy did it. I don't think he did. I don't think he was strong enough to do it technically. And then whoever wrote that note, and then there's just it's too much to state. Now they did say that they think there was this one dude that he was using a church that wasn't but 14 houses down from the Ramsey home, and he was a pedo, and he has multiple times said that he did it. They think he might have been a big player in that situation in the JonBenet Ramsey case. If you look into it, he's been charged and been in prison for certain things. But I don't know if he did that for sensationalism. That's the only thing when someone admits sometimes to a murder. The problem with that is that sometimes because of how big her case got, he could be lying about it unless he knows, like he would have to know real details in order to do it. But the reason that they think that he may really have had something to do with it is the night after it happened, he had supposedly called his friend. Hey, Miss Newbie. He had supposedly called his friend and said that he had hurt a little girl and she was 6 years old. Didn't say a name, or he just said he hurt a little 6-year-old girl, but didn't say a name. Well, the friend that he had called quite literally saw it in like the newspaper the very next day and was like, oh, snap. And so he made a report to the Boulder police. This same friend of his, he sent while he was in jail letters confessing to the JonBenet thing. Right? I've also heard, the rumors that it might have been not only him, but there was another person that was supposed to play Santa Claus. And I don't know if y'all heard the rumor about that, but Santa Claus had told JonBenet, and one of her friends had reported this to her mom and daddy, that Santa Claus was supposed to come give her a special visit the day after Christmas. A special visit. And she was a little girl at the time and obviously didn't understand what that meant. But JonBenet had told the little girl that. And, the little girl had repeated it to her parents. Now he's since passed away, that man has. But he's also rumored to be a suspect within that case. With them finding unidentified male DNA on that child, and they did DNA against the parents and the family, and none of their DNA matched. Yeah, I do believe that there is an unidentified male that got into that house and did something to that child. And I believe that because they were so focused on the family, they missed a lot of evidence and a lot of things that could have cleared this case. And I do believe they do need to do the DNA because the case is 28 years old. DNA has come so far now. And the fact that we have genealogy searches that can pinpoint and narrow things down. And because a lot of the people have been either in jail or their family members have had genealogy tests, they could possibly find the person now because of that. But they do have to send the DNA off to like one of these big bad to the bone places. And they said that they had a limited amount of DNA or something. I don't know. Yeah, they knew about the suitcase at the window. I believe, where they had the Christmas party, I believe a person was in the house. And I do believe it was a former employee or someone like that who knew exactly the layout of the house, had been in the house for a little while. That's why they kind of suspect the one guy who played Santa in this situation, because he was actually a family friend to the Ramseys themselves. And I think was a business associate of some kind or something like that. And he was very close to them. I do believe it was somebody very close to them. I don't believe it was just some random. That's why I kind of question the one guy who tried to confess, because you would have had to have known that house. You would have had to have been in that home to know some things, to know where that window was and everything else. Hey, Toxic Orchid, good morning. But yeah, so I'm gonna look into. I'm hoping that they do the DNA for that. Because that's an unsolved crime. There's a lot of there. What was it with the? I'm next week. I am gonna look more into the Shaquilla Robinson case because I heard there was an update on it also, and I want to look more into that. So I am gonna try to look into some of these older cases that we all know about. And see if there's been any updates on some of them, the unsolved ones, right? And see if they've gotten anything new, because it is always sad, and we can have our theories on what we think happened and all this other stuff, but I would love to see them get justice. I would love to see them get solved. Because cold cases after a specific time, that window in the basement was broken by the father as he left his keys. He thought Patsy had called someone to put in a new window, but I'm gonna guess that the window was never replaced like it was supposed to. Yeah, people forget sometimes, and they don't, because of where it was at, they probably did not think, and they were in a safe place, they thought, in a safe neighborhood. They got too comfortable and didn't think anything was going to happen. I'm going to bet money on it. That is 100%. And what's sad is that when this does come out of who did it, the mother passed away before she could ever see justice for her child, and you know what I mean? It's just sad. And then we got a lot of these cases of, there's been a lot of them, like that one case where the dude abducted the 3 girls. They made the movie about it or whatnot. And that one girl's mom died before she got freed. She passed away, while she was still in captivity. And that was just so sad to note that her mom never got to see her free. And her mom passed away not knowing what happened to her daughter and if her daughter was okay. That's the sad parts about some of these cases, especially when a cold case goes 20, 30 years. A lot of the people who truly care about the cases pass away, and they don't get to see it in their lifetime. And I believe that's one of the reasons why John Ramsey himself is pushing so hard, trying to get, justice and answers, because he knows he doesn't have much time left on this earth. He's 80 something years old, And what's sad about the brother is that so many people think he did it, and he was such a young child at the time, and he's so awkward because, okay, think about it like this. The child didn't get to actually be a child after what happened with JonBenet, right? Because you think about how many kids, their parents didn't let them play with that little boy, so he couldn't be socialized. They had to protect him because people was trying to bum rush him, so they had to keep him basically isolated from everyone. He did not get to socialize like other people. He didn't get to grow up like other people. So he probably is very freaking awkward. And he right now, it's so bad, even to this day, that he can't work a regular job. He has to work an at-home job. Because think about if he was in a workplace and you find out he was JonBenet's little brother. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine what that child's had to go through? He was only 9. And if you see the pictures of him, there is no way in heck that little boy had the strength to do what happened to that child. He did not have the strength to do that. That takes a grown-up to do that. I mean, if you even know anything, like, he was way, way too small to even try to do something like that. He was only 9 years old, and he was a skinny little 9-year-old. It wasn't like he was a 9-year-old that looked like a grown man or was strong like a grown man. Now, there are some 9-year-olds out there that be strong. You know what I'm saying? They'd be big, but he was a shrimpy little mousy thing. He didn't have that kind of strength. Hell, his arms were small as shit. In fact, he wasn't much bigger than John Bonet. And they were 3 years apart in age. But he wasn't much bigger than her if you see the pictures. He's just odd as shit because of the way he had to be raised because of what happened. Imagine, even to this day, he can't go out in public. Do you know how hard it is probably for him to try to find a date? Like, if he tells you his name right now and you were to meet him, how many people gonna give him the side eye and talk bad to him and all this other stuff? Could you imagine what he went through? He can't even have a normal life. You know what I'm saying? Like, a normal life, it is extremely hard for him just to be able to live a normal life. Could you imagine being that young and not understanding and people accusing you of doing something you didn't know? And how do we know he ain't on the spectrum? Because I truly believe he is. And I believe he's awkward and socially awkward. I think he's more of a on the Asperger's spectrum. But when it comes to social cues and all that stuff, I don't think he knows how to deal with those. And during that Dr. Phil interview, when people made fun of that boy so bad, you could tell that he was awkward. You could tell that he was nervous. He didn't know what to do with himself. It was like it was too much for him, because I don't think he knew how to be in front of a camera. And then you're asking him about something he really don't fully understand because he was a kid himself. You know what I'm saying? And then he's had to deal with people saying his mom and daddy did it and he did it and all these things for his entire life. And he may not even have a greatest memory of during that time because he was a kid. Not saying that kids can't be serial illers, because there have been a few. Not saying they can't be crazy as all batshit get out, but you have to look at the facts, not feelings. When it comes to any of these cases, when it comes to any true crime cases, when it comes to a lot of different things, you have to take your feelings out of it, and you have to put the facts in there. You know, but I'm sorry I'm going on about this for 2 days. Y'all know I'm very passionate sometimes about these things, and I want to find justice. It's like for the Shaquilla, why did I just say Shaquilla Robinson case. I want them to get justice for her. That child did not deserve this. And there's a little girl from my area. I don't know if I ever told y'all this story. Kamaya Mobley. I'll never forget her name. And you can look it up. She was coming home from school, and they let her off the school bus, and a lady ran around the school bus and ran over this child and dragged her in front of her parents, in front of her mother. Her mother was sitting there waiting on her kid to come out of the school bus. And y'all want to hear something really messed up? The woman who did it basically got a slap on the wrist because she was family or friends with the judge in town. And to this day, I am still ticked off about that case. She didn't get a manslaughter charge. She didn't get a murder charge. She didn't get nothing. She got a slap on the mother wrist, and a child is gone. Gone for good. Never get to see her grow up, never nothing. And I can't, and I'll tell you this, it happened in another little town that's not far from me. And to this day, I will never forget what happened to that baby. And I will never stop not saying justice for her, because I do not think justice was served, and it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just like I did the case. I might actually, since that is a case that was close to me, right? Y'all know I covered a family friend who passed away in a really messed up way. If you watch the video for Kayla Prestridge, hers has still not been solved, and we know who did it. The police really messed that one up. But yeah, Kamaya deserved better than what that woman gave her. But hold on just a minute, y'all. But yeah, the little girl that happened to, I might actually try to show y'all that story, and bring it up because, um, it was swept under the rug by, you know, let me look up that case for y'all. Let's see, is it? Yeah, I gotta shoot. I'm over here doing my MI crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback, humpback. Let's see. Why is it showing that? Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna end up finding that full story. Um, but little, she was basically she was getting off the bus. Um, let me see. I think it's because I misspelled that. Let's see. I'll actually show y'all if I can find the actual news article. Oh, is this it right here? Or is that a different little girl? Because I was in 2024, so this one right here happened in a couple years ago. Um, I'm gonna try to find that article. That woman ran over that child, and it was just a sad situation. It's pulling up other stuff right now. There it is. There it is. I found it. 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 Um, I'm so happy to find it. But basically, here it is. Pontotoc County Sheriff's deputies were at the scene of a deadly accident where a child was apparently struck by a vehicle while getting off the bus, according to WTVI. Sheriff Leo Mass said the accident happened on Highway 9 Tuesday afternoon. He says the child was getting off the bus and the vehicle swerved around the right side of the bus to avoid a collision. Pontotoc County Coroner Kim Bedford identified 7-year-old Amaya Braxton. Why did I say Kamaya Mobley? I don't know why. I think I mixed up the names. Her name was Amaya Braxton, who lived at home where the bus had stopped to drop her off. And the girl who hit Amaya, and I think Miss Braxton, I think I might be able to reach out to Miss Braxton because she's still trying to get justice for Kamaya. Maybe that's why Amaya. Maybe that's why they mixed up in my brain with my ADHD. I'm so sorry. Amaya Braxton did not deserve what happened to her. She was a baby. And the woman who did it, it just killed me when I found out what happened to her. You know what I'm saying? It killed me. Amaya was a beautiful, beautiful baby. She didn't do nothing wrong. I'm gonna show y'all this right quick. I think I may be able. I'm gonna see if I can reach out to Miss Braxton. Well, her mama's name's not Miss Braxton, but I'm not gonna tell y'all her mama name. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you have fun, right? Tell y'all visitors, have a good day, girl. I'm gonna share screen right quick. Pontotoc, Mississippi, the family of the girl killed by a passing motorist in 2016 calls for Attorney General to step into the case. Amaya Braxton was killed October the 4th, 2016 on Old Highway 9 in Pontotoc County. She was killed by a driver who went around Braxton's stopped school bus. Since that day, 2 Pontotoc County grand juries have not indicted the driver. Braxton's family says the driver violated Nathan's Law, which requires motorists to stop at least 10 feet from the school bus when loading or offloading children. The family believes the grand juries did not indict the driver because of a district attorney, John Weedle. The family says Weedle briefed them twice on the grand jury's decision to not indict the driver because the jurors did not believe the driver intended to kill Braxton. We believe the element of intent was introduced not by the 2 grand juries, but the district attorney Weedle himself, and we call upon Attorney General Jim Hood to investigate, the family stated. The family says Hood should investigate 3 issues: whether Weedle or his assistant either deliberately or inadvertently introduced to eliminate of intent, which presenting the case to both grand juries despite the clear absence of this element from state law; whether Weedle or his assistant should have recused themselves from this case, both based on any familiar or otherwise close connections with the driver; whether Weedle or his associates were derelict in their duties by not giving the grand juries clear and accurate guidance on the letter of the law regarding Nathan's Law and regarding state laws covering negligent and vehicular manslaughter or homicide. The family says there's no doubt the driver committed a crime, and Weedle's inability to secure an indictment is a travesty and a miscarriage of justice. We call on Attorney General Hood to make a full, complete inquiry into this matter to ensure there's been no prosecutorial misconduct, appoint a special prosecutor to determine whether this case can be presented to the Pontotoc grand jury. And I hope eventually, and to this day, that child has not gotten justice. No justice. It's very sad in my opinion that this is bull mess. You know what I'm saying? But it's I'm gonna show y'all. Amaya was a beautiful baby too, but from the news, I want to show y'all this right here. I'm not gonna show the complete video because it's somebody else's work, but I'm going to share. I got to share the video. Let me show this. This is the actual road where it happened, where Amaya passed away. The bus was stopped right here. It's a 1 lane. She ran into that driveway pretty far. Like pretty far into the driveway. You can see those pink lines? She ran into the driveway. She didn't just, she ran into their driveway and then dragged the child for a while. Hold on. That's a little blurry. We've been hollering justice for this child for years. Karen Carpenter is the name of the person that has not been charged to this day with that child's passing. And the reason they say that she has not been charged in that child's passing, at least for vehicular manslaughter, is because she's family members to hire up people. And they say that anybody who talks about it, they're scared they're going to get in, some kind of something from it. But yes, the Amaya did nothing wrong that day, and that child still has not received her justice, and this is bull crap. And I will always say her name and justice for her. And I've stated it multiple times. That child didn't do anything. But justice for Amaya is a real thing, and that baby did not deserve it, and they pretty much got away. Because they're, Amaya did not and still has not gotten any justice from this situation whatsoever. I was trying to show y'all something. You see, this is where Amaya was, right? This was the stop. This was the bus. This was her vehicle. She, off the side of the road, had to go that far into the driveway and then kept going. She did not even stop. She did not stop. You know what I'm saying? That is one of the most heartbreaking things for me about Amaya's case. Was beautiful baby too. Beautiful baby. Just so gorgeous. She did not deserve anything that happened to her. She was a beautiful little girl. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I will always holler for her. The case went to, the grand jury twice, and they did nothing. They did nothing. She did not, basically, they never did anything to that woman. She never got vehicular manslaughter. She never got nothing. She did not even get, she basically, they said she didn't have any intent. Here's the thing. Why would you try to pass the school bus and go on the side of the school bus where the kids are getting let off to their home in the first freaking place? Were you not paying attention and just almost hit the back of the bus? So instead of hitting the back of the bus, you ran around it? Come on now. No, see, they also, some people think that she might have been under the influence when this happened. And I'm just really, I really am going to try to cover this story next week. I am going to dig up some more stuff on it, and I may actually hit up her mother because I believe she might be on my Facebook, and try to see if we can possibly get her on the channel to do an interview and talk about what happened to Amaya. Because there's still no justice to this day. And we did have people try, and it's really, really sad that they tried to basically say she didn't have intent. If that was me, I would have got put under the jail. Okay? Because I ain't got the family member that's a district attorney, or a family member that's, kin to the sheriff or the judge or this person or that person, right? And we would have got 20 years for manslaughter, because technically that's vehicular manslaughter, even if you didn't have the intent. Secondly, you ran around a stopped school bus. There is literally a thing called Nathan's Law specifically for that. You're supposed to stay 10 foot back from a school bus. So you can't say, I don't care what your intent was, you ran around a stopped school bus. Come on now. I'm sorry, but too many children have passed away because of stupid people, and people like her need to be held accountable. What, just because Amaya's family may not have been rich folk? You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the what do you call it? The big money and all that other stuff. It's not right. I've always had a thing about this. Like, this has always bothered me because that child did not deserve the treatment that she received. She did not. Amaya did not get justice. Nobody tried to help with that situation. Like, the family has tried, and the name, if you want to follow the page, it's Justice for Amaya on Facebook. If you would like to follow that page, maybe if we can get more people looking into the case and try to make it go viral, try to make it more popular with people, maybe they'll pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? But literally we have to try to get it to people with bigger platforms and more people, try to get Amaya's story out there. You know, Amaya did not deserve that. She really didn't. And hopefully, if we get enough people interested in this case, and that's why I'm going to try to do a video next week on this, maybe we can get some justice for her. Because if you think about it, you know, it's not right, it's not fair, and the lady needs to face justice for this. That child did not deserve to be gone from this world. She was an innocent little baby coming home from school. So yes, yes, and that's why I'm going to try. Next week, I'm gonna start compiling some of the evidence and things, some of the stories behind it, and I'm gonna try to put Amaya's story into a video. I'm actually gonna probably try to reach out to her family and see if we can do a video and try to get it into bigger hands. And I think if we could get it into people with bigger platforms and bigger hands, maybe if we spread this story far enough and wide enough and start getting people to pay attention, maybe they'll do something. Because if they feel pressure from the general public, if they feel pressure from media outlets, if they feel pressure, if it goes viral and people actually pay attention, they won't have a choice but to do something. You have to pressure sometimes things into happening. So I am going to try to do that next week. Sometime. I do believe I have Amaya's mom or family member on my Facebook, because they know that I always holler justice for her. I've done it for years now. And so yeah, I am going to try to hit her up and see. Yeah, I'll hit you up with her name on the back end, Toxic, and where it happened, so that you could possibly get other people to look into it. Because here's the thing, even if I don't fully cover it and they do, just to know that other people are trying to help her and possibly, you know, get it to bigger and bigger hands. Maybe I just want justice for the baby. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's my goal. That baby did not deserve that. And just because the other person was a white lady and she was a black child does not mean that she deserves not to get her justice too. And it's bullshit. And I've always said that baby needs her justice, because that, could you imagine being that baby's mama and having to watch your baby go through that right in front of your face? That would just end. I wouldn't be able to live no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of the saddest situations, and it pisses me off. And to no extreme. And that's the reason I still remember her case to this day. That baby's name and everything will always be in my heart. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never forget her. And hopefully maybe bringing more awareness to her can bring awareness, you know, in a way to where, you know, I'm actually I'm heartbroken about what happened to her. She was a beautiful baby. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful baby. I'm right now fisting, I think, yeah, this is I'm making sure I got your actual Discord right here. I'm gonna send you a hey right quick. Let me make sure I got that. That's you. Oh yeah, that is you. Okay. I'm gonna add friend right quick, and then I'm gonna send you right quick Amaya's name and where county and city this happened. PP. And it happened in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And that's how long. Yeah, October the 4th, 2016. I got to make sure I have the date too, you know, so when you go to look it up. October 4th, 2000. And it's been that long and she still has no justice. But I just sent you the name Toxic Orchid and the place that she's from. And the lady who did it, her name was Karen Carpenter. Yeah, she was a Karen. I believe it was Karen. It may have been Catherine, but her last name was Carpenter. I remember that much. It's in the news articles, and you can find videos. Some smaller YouTubers have brought it up, but it's not been publicized as it should, because her story was, and people try to forget it, and that's why I try to bring it up. And I think that her case, I think it needs to be brought up every so many years, try to help. It's really sad that they didn't do nothing. And that woman still ain't got nothing. And it just makes me mad. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here for the day. Thank you so very much. And thank you, Toxic Orchid, for looking into this, because that baby deserves her justice. And it's sad what happened to her. And I am very heartbroken and have been for many years by what happened to her, because she did not deserve it. As I've said before, she was an innocent baby in all this. And for people to, you know, do that to a child and never get justice, it's just, I've always been brokenhearted for her family. Always. Because she's such a beautiful baby. But you know, I'll always scream justice for Amaya. Amaya was a beautiful baby. And hopefully we can try to get a little more, you know, to it. And if a lot of us go for it and try to help her, maybe we can get that woman got, because she needs it, because they declined twice to indict that woman. And that's not how the law works. I don't care if you had intent or not. That's what vehicular manslaughter is for, is when you don't have the intent, but you unintentionally cause someone's death. That's what vehicular manslaughter, that's what manslaughter charges are in general. You didn't intentionally cause someone's death, you caused someone's death, right? Intentionally means you get first degree or second degree murder charges, right? Manslaughter is for people who unintentionally cause another person's death. But thank you all, and I'm sorry I get a little crazy about that case. You all have a blessed and beautiful day on this holiday. I am going to bring that up next week. I just wanted y'all to know about it, because I know that not everybody does. And y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see y'all later before I get pissed off and can't handle myself no more. Bye, y'all. And remember to take care of yourself on today and all days. And I love you, my angels.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm repping my hood to the day that I go. From the TUPELO. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them knuckleheads that be slanging around on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging around on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about around 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out the street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse play it out. Remember the blue apartments from OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, car blue, a big Anthony Hughes and Pee
I'm
Wee.
from the TUPELO. I'm repping my